Homeless people are filling local shelters and living on the streets of La Crosse.
They're using bridges, bus stops, and city parks to rest their heads at night, and the number is growing. Lisa Klein is here now to tell us how the city of La Crosse is taking action to help people get off the streets in tonight's News 8's Investigate report, Housing the Homeless.
Finding affordable housing is one of the biggest hurdles for homeless people. Affordable housing in La Crosse is defined as rent that is equal to or less than 33% of a person's monthly income. According to CooleyCap, an organization that serves low-income people in our area, there is a real need for clean, safe places to live. The city of La Crosse is taking on the challenge of providing affordable housing by creating a solution. The volunteers gathered.
Typically, it's not a place that we find people.
They are counting the number of people who appear to be homeless and living outside of a shelter in certain areas of La Crosse and on Alaska for CooleyCap's point-in-time count. This count took place last month to get a better estimate of the unsheltered homeless population in La Crosse County.
So the point in time is a day 2 times a year where we actually do a formal count of homeless in our communities. And so it gives us a snapshot of that day.
And on that day, 42 people were found living on the streets. That's 24 more than were found in January and 9 more than the previous July, proving once again the total number of homeless living unsheltered continues to rise.
Shows that we have a real problem with people not getting what they need in our communities.
While some people are sleeping outside of the Salvation Army, either by choice or because they are not following the organization's rules, there are many sleeping inside the shelter. In the first 6 months of this year, the organization housed almost 500 people in their emergency shelter.
We probably don't have enough shelters, obviously, to serve our immediate need. But more importantly, I think our system is broken overall.
The Housing and Community Services Director of CooleyCap says there is a bigger issue than limited shelter space.
We have people in our community who have been on the streets for years. Do we need more shelters to house those people? No, absolutely not. We need housing to house people so that they don't need shelters.
We have a very significant and growing challenge to provide housing for folks.
La Crosse's mayor says the Grand River Station and Gund Brewery Lofts are 2 examples of newly constructed income-based apartments intended to help create more affordable housing in the city. But these types of projects take time.
It's a complicated issue, right? There's no just sort of magic solution.
However, a potential solution without any hocus pocus is already in the works.
This is the first time we're trying it.
Brand new 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments are being constructed and reserved specifically for people transitioning out of homelessness. The apartments are a part of the Bacalar's building renovation on South Avenue. The new 25-unit complex will be called the 2219 Lofts. 6 of the 25 apartments will be available at a reduced rent.
This is going to be where people are placed that have been homeless, maybe been in some transitional housing, and are ready to be able to pay rent and on their feet. They have an income, but they need affordable housing, and so this is the next step for them.
The rent on the reserved units will be between $330 and $450 a month. There will also be 17 income-based affordable housing units ranging from $590 to $840 a month, and 2 market rate units at approximately $760 to $850 a month.
Our strategy is not to put all the homeless people in one building in the worst part of town. It's to try to do several developments with a small portion of those reserved. And so then when they come into the building, you won't be able to tell which unit is the market rate unit when this is all completed and which one is somebody that was homeless.
The city is hoping to expand the concept to La Crosse's north side near the Kane Street Community Garden.
We're looking to try to replicate this model there of doing what we call a mixed income unit, so income levels of all ranges.
The proposed 35-unit apartment complex would be built on land already owned by the city.
And that's what we feel is a best practice in this field, is not to concentrate the poverty in one building. So that's why we're trying to do is get lots of projects off the ground that just reserve a portion of the units for us needy population.
We talk about showing compassion and being a place where everyone is welcome and accepted, you have to be able to show that with your actions.
It makes more sense to me that we provide housing instead of shelters, or that there's enough housing to go around in our community so that we don't have homeless people, period. And then our shelters can serve that role for families or individuals who truly have an emergency rather than relying on our shelters for long-term housing needs.
Or several local agencies currently have people in transitional housing who are in need of permanent housing. The 2219 Lofts apartment complex will be an option for them when it opens in November or December.
And you mentioned in the story that this new building will also have some income-based apartments that are available to anyone in the public as well.
Yeah, that's right. Now, the management company is based out of Rochester, Minnesota, and they're currently taking applications right now. And the applicants are being accepted on a first-come, first-served basis. They have to go through background checks. They also have to be approved. Their income has to fit into the mold that they're looking for. And it's happening right now. So if people are interested in one of these apartments, they can call the number on the screen and start the process.
Okay, thanks very much, Lisa.